Hello everyone and welcome to CGK, Curiosities about General Knowledge. Today, we'll be exploring the planet Mercury and sharing with you 5 interesting facts about it. So, let's dive in. Mercury size. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system, with a diameter of just 4,880 kilometers, 3,032 miles. This makes it only slightly larger than Earth's moon, which has a diameter of 3,476 kilometers, 2,160 miles. One of the interesting things about Mercury's size is that it has a relatively high density, which means that it has a greater mass per unit volume compared to other planets. In fact, Mercury is the second densest planet in our solar system after Earth, with a density of 5.427 grams per cc. This high density is thought to be due to the planet's large metallic core, which takes up about 75% of its total volume. Another consequence of Mercury's small size is that it has a weaker gravitational pull compared to larger planets like Earth. This means that the escape velocity required to leave the planet's surface is much lower, making it easier for objects to be launched into space from Mercury. Despite its small size, Mercury has a complex and varied surface with a number of interesting features, including impact craters, volcanoes, and cliffs. Some of the planet's most famous features include the Caloris Basin, a giant impact crater that measures over 1,550 kilometers, 960 miles, in diameter, and the Weird Terrain, a region of jumbled and chaotic terrain that is thought to have been caused by the planet's contraction as it cooled. Mercury temperature. As the closest planet to the Sun, Mercury is subject to extreme temperature variations. During the day, the planet's surface can reach temperatures of up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 430 degrees Celsius, which is hot enough to melt lead. This is because Mercury has no atmosphere to speak of, so there is no insulation to protect it from the intense heat of the Sun. At night, however, the temperature on Mercury can drop to minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 180 degrees Celsius, which is colder than the surface of Pluto, the dwarf planet farthest from the Sun. This is because without an atmosphere, there is no insulation to trap the heat that the planet absorbs during the day. So, as soon as the Sun sets, Mercury cools rapidly and its surface temperature plummets. One interesting thing to note is that the extreme temperature differences between day and night on Mercury mean that the planet experiences some of the most extreme temperature gradients in the solar system. These temperature variations can cause the planet's surface to expand and contract, leading to the formation of strange features such as scarps, or cliffs, which can reach heights of up to a mile. In addition to its extreme temperatures, Mercury's proximity to the Sun means that it is subject to intense solar radiation, which can strip away its tenuous atmosphere over time. This radiation can also cause the planet's surface to become charged, creating strange magnetic anomalies that scientists are still trying to understand. Mercury orbit. Mercury's orbit is one of the most unique and interesting orbits in our solar system. Unlike most of the other planets, which have nearly circular orbits, Mercury's orbit is highly eccentric, meaning that it is elongated and takes it much closer to the Sun at some points in its orbit than others. At its closest approach to the Sun, which is known as perihelion, Mercury is just 46 million kilometers, 29 million miles, away. This is about a third of the distance between the Sun and Earth. At its farthest point from the Sun, known as aphelion, Mercury is 70 million kilometers, 43 million miles, away, which is still closer to the Sun than any other planet in our solar system. Mercury's highly eccentric orbit also means that its orbital period, or the time it takes to complete one orbit around the Sun, is much shorter than that of any other planet in our solar system. A single orbit of Mercury takes just 88 Earth days, which means that a year on Mercury, or the time it takes for the planet to complete one revolution around the Sun, is just 88 Earth days long. In addition to its eccentricity, Mercury's orbit is also unique in that it is not coplanar with the orbits of the other planets. Instead, it is inclined at an angle of about 7 degrees to the plane of the ecliptic, which is the imaginary plane that the planets orbit in. This means that as Mercury orbits the Sun, it appears to trace a zigzag pattern across the sky, rather than following a smooth path like the other planets. Mercury magnetic field. Mercury is the only other planet in our solar system besides Earth that has a significant magnetic field. However, The magnetic field of Mercury is much weaker than Earth's, with a strength of just 1% of Earth's magnetic field at the surface. Despite its weakness, Mercury's magnetic field is still strong enough to interact with the solar wind, the stream of charged particles that flows outward from the Sun, and create a number of interesting effects. One of the most interesting things about Mercury's magnetic field is that it is highly asymmetric, meaning that it is stronger in some regions of the planet than in others. This asymmetry is thought to be due to the planet's unusual shape, with a large metallic core that takes up a significant portion of its volume. As a result, the magnetic field is much stronger in the northern hemisphere of the planet than in the southern hemisphere. Another interesting aspect of Mercury's magnetic field is that it has a tail that extends out into space behind the planet, similar to the way Earth's magnetic field has a tail that extends behind it. However, Mercury's magnetic tail is much more elongated and twisted than Earth's, due to the planet's close proximity to the Sun and the strong solar wind that it experiences. The interaction between Mercury's magnetic field and the solar wind can also create a number of other interesting phenomena, such as magnetospheric substorms, which are rapid changes in the shape and configuration of the magnetic field. Mercury's surface features. Mercury's surface is covered with a variety of fascinating features, ranging from vast plains to rugged, heavily cratered regions. One of the most striking features of the planet's surface is the Caloris Basin, which is one of the largest impact craters in the solar system, measuring approximately 1,550 kilometers (960 miles) in diameter. The basin is thought to have been formed by a massive impact early in the planet's history and is surrounded by a ring of mountains that rise up to 2 kilometers (1.2 miles) high. In addition to the Caloris Basin, Mercury's surface is also covered with a number of other large impact craters, as well as extensive plains that are thought to have been formed by volcanic activity. The largest of these plains is the smooth, flat expanse known as the Shakespeare Basin, which covers an area of approximately 4,000 square kilometers, 1,500 square miles. Other notable features on Mercury's surface include the unusual hollows, which are small, irregularly shaped depressions that appear to be unique to Mercury and are thought to have been formed by some combination of volcanic and tectonic processes. Another interesting feature of Mercury's surface is the planet's prominent scarps, or steep cliffs that can reach heights of up to 1 kilometer, 0.6 miles. These scarps are thought to have been formed by the planet's cooling and contracting interior, which caused the surface to crack and buckle. One of the most intriguing aspects of Mercury's surface features is the way that they have been shaped by the planet's unique environment. Due to its close proximity to the Sun and lack of an atmosphere, Mercury is subjected to intense solar radiation and extreme temperature variations, which can cause its surface to experience a variety of dynamic processes such as sublimation, which is the transition of a solid directly to a gas without passing through the liquid phase. Overall, the surface features of Mercury provide a wealth of information about the planet's history and evolution, as well as insights into the complex processes that shape the surfaces of planets in our solar system. So there you have it, 5 interesting facts about the planet Mercury. We hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching CGK, Curiosities about General Knowledge, and we'll see you in the next video.